Oh my fucking god, this chapter of Tokyo Ghoul is the best one that we've had throughout the whole series. Just the revelations right now of Kaneki, Sasaki, Nishiyo in this fucking chapter. I cannot contain the hype right now that I have got right now for Re. It's too much. It is too fucking much right now. And this is why I love Tokyo Ghoul from the start. Even from the start of the manga, it's like these crazy revelations, these fights that we had, like just everything, the characters just all added up into this chapter. So I was thinking that this was going to be explained later on, throughout, hundreds of chapters, who knows, way later on in the series, but we see Sasaki versus Serpent going in, they're fighting like that, and it was just like, oh my god, just the hintings and stuff, like, even from this chapter, from the fights when, like, Sasaki was getting stabbed, that was like homage to, like, early stuff of the manga, the anime, and it was just so many hits, and, like, they were literally going in, like, even Sasaki managed to get a few hits and all that, but it was just like, when he was doing that face and all that, he was just like, you guys stand out, like, Mutsuki and all them tried to help him like that, and it was like, no, this is an order from your superior, and it's just like, oh my god, when he's doing the Jason stuff, like the cracking his fingers like that, and I'm like, oh my god, this guy's an absolute fucking beast. I mean, yeah, he was getting crushed at first from Serpent, but then when it came around to him making the offensive and stuff like that, shit went completely different when he was going there, like, stabbing him up, and then when we saw that mask, and I was like, just absolutely jaw dropped. I was like, oh, that's fucking Nishiyo, and he's like, they always be the same, and yeah, like, oh, needing help, like Kaneki, and he just calls him by his name, so we know that is Kaneki down there. It is finally him. It has been revealed. So Arima must have, like, manipulated Kaneki or something to actually get it. Like, it can't be like what is happening, like, because if it makes sense actually if we think about it, that there are two personalities in Kaneki inside of him. I remember when he said he was so tired and he needed a rest, then I'm thinking that maybe this one of his personalities had amnesia, and that's the one they're manipulating with, and the one that is Heisei is the one we're dealing with right now, the more kinder hearted Kaneki. The one that has been talking to him has got to be the one that we've been seeing from the second part of the series, after the fight with Jason. That must have been the fight of that story. So it seems like for this Tokyo Ghoul read, we're actually going to be seeing more from this side of Heisei, the second half of, like, his psyche, the part of that. But it was like, it just made more sense when he was just talking about this guy was a victim of Dr. Kano, when he inserted those freaking ghouls, like, in there, like that freaking ghoul organs into motherfucking Rize, which is one thing that begs the question as well. Like, Nishiyo was there, and he had to retreat because literally the freaking doves were arriving, and that they had to actually were going to eliminate, like, Kaneki there, because if you remember, and it was confirmed like that, it even proves, Heisei is Kaneki. He is, like, when he is in his, like, ghoul form, he is considered a double S-rated ghoul. And who else was considered a double S-rated ghoul around about the end of the series? Kaneki. He was considered a double S-rated when he was in his centipede form. So yeah, they're very, like, concerned if, like, Heisei or Kaneki, I'm just going to call him for Kaneki from now on, because look, that is Kaneki to me right there. That, if he ever activates his Kakuja form, they're fucked. No one can mess with the centipede form. That is just straight up. You can't mess up with the centipede Kakuja. That is just it. And it makes me wonder, like, yeah, Nishiyo, he's got to be in contact, with, like, everyone else. He's got to be in contact with, like, Toka, like, Tsukiyama. Like, he has to be in contact with them. There's the only reason why and all that. Because, like, yeah, he probably wants to, like, get Kaneki back on his side and all that, but he literally knew he couldn't do that at that time when he was freaking the fuck out, and that there were dubs all over his ass and all that. So it just goes to show that he must be working together with him, like, and he must be even might be working with Ayato as well. It really begs the question, all that, like, what has everyone been doing? Because this whole little time skip and all that. I'm very curious about that, and, like, they definitely need, like, Kaneki back as one. That's their friend, and also as well, he was a heavy hitter. He was double S rated, so they need them to take out the Aogiri tree, and I make it so that, like, Nishiyo was actually there to get information both on Torso, since he's an Aogiri member, and how we feel about Aogiri, since we need to take care of Aogiri, and also as well we need to deal with those motherfuckers at Period as well, which is one thing I've been wanting to know for a while. Where the fuck is Period? Ever since we saw in that last chapter of Ghoul, we need to see what have they been up to, what have the Uta and all them been up to. It's a very interesting question, but it's like, I can't, like, talk for fucking nights on nights about this chapter and how excited I am to see Kaneki again. I love Kaneki. Kaneki is awesome. He's the reason I read Tokyo Ghoul. He's the reason, like, even at the anime, I love Tokyo Ghoul, the stuff that he's gone through and all that. And I just love how it's just progressed from, like, we used to have the badass fucking Kaneki. He sort of like didn't really give like, and now we kind of got the more innocent one that we kind of returned to, because he's kind. He's a badass when he goes into that, but he's kind, and that's the thing. And while the other Kaneki, he was kind and all that, he was sticking to it, but he was more like, he just kind of cut himself off from everyone like that. And not to mention as well, he's a fucking psycho when he gets into it like that. But overall, this is an amazing chapter. Of course, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10 because it's a huge revelation about two characters right now. And I love Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul is absolutely amazing. You don't mess with Tokyo Ghoul. Like I said, this is the reason. I feel upset that there are no Tokyo Ghoul volumes right there. I mean, I hope they hurry up and release more of them so I can showcase on my little comments right here to show how much I love it. Yeah, like, that's just how much I love the series right now. It's like, fuck any other manga right now. You've already got two of my series that I really love and all that. And of course, my favorite seinen as well. And people know my favorite weekly seinen is always going to be Tokyo Ghoul. I need the Tokyo Ghoul read because that stuff is amazing. It's the hands down fact like that. You can't prove it otherwise unless you show me another weekly seinen that can overtake it. Like, it will always be Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul read. That will always be the top ones there, the top dogs that always bring up that big freaking stuff and those revelations and that craziness and stuff like that. And just one thing I also want to mention as well before I end this video. Your art has gone incredible. That bit when he was doing the fingers and everyone's character designs and stuff, that looks absolutely great. His art has improved greatly from like the first chapters and all that. I just kind of keep going on about that. I mean, there's just everything about this chapter was perfect. Like, you could have thrown like, I know anything at me else like that, and it just wouldn't change the score. Like, I don't give a fuck if I got bitch slapped 100 times to see this chapter. I don't give a fuck. This was an amazing chapter. I loved it. I hope you guys did too. I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But that's all from me. So thank you very much for watching as always. And I'll see you guys next time.